What's up, ADHD crew? It's not been a good time for me. The last couple of days I've just been hitting the bottle a bit. Where do I start? To be honest, I'm just not really even feeling up to making this video. I've totally got brain fog, so I'm probably going to have to edit the shit out of this video to fill in the silences. Do you know that people with ADHD are 11 times more likely to be unemployed and never have gone to college or school? They're 4 times more likely to be unskilled. Did you know that a third of students drop out of college or school due to their ADHD? Only 15% hold a 4-year degree, and around 5% and under hold a graduate degree, which is what I'm doing right now. So I haven't uploaded a video in the last couple of weeks just because I've been up to my eyes in work. I've had exams. Couple of resit exams actually, praying I can at least get a pass. And on top of that, they gave me the added pressure of having 2 weeks to do a reset essay. There's no way in hell that I could have managed all that, and I've just had a bit of a breakdown, to be honest, because it's all just too much. I just felt like everything was piling on top of me. And I've also had to do a 10,000 word dissertation as well. So I've had extensions on everything just because I can't cope with the pressure. I can't cope with the time frames that I've been set to do my assignments and things like that. And it's really quite tough, and you've got to really put in a lot of effort and a lot of hours. My heart's just not been in it, you know. It's a lot of work. It's draining. I just feel like nobody understands how people with ADHD operates in the educational system. You know, they don't understand that we need support and encouragement and positivity. We need a friend, you know, we need people to sit down with us and guide us through everything. But I kind of feel like I'm weak. I kind of feel like I'm just a little boy who needs his hand held. I was just sick to death of it, and I just grew resentful of it. Man, it's so hard. I think the main thing is just trying to balance it all. I mean, I don't have a busy life. I don't work. I mean, I did, but I just can't handle working at the same time as studying. It's just far too much responsibility. You know, it's so stressful. And I've got a really low stress tolerance, as most people with ADHD do. And of course, they're all trying to encourage me to stop. They're like, oh, you know, please don't stop. Please reconsider. It's a big decision. You know, come in and talk to us. We'll give you options to, you know, have an extension on things, or you can suspend your studies for a while. The thing is, guys, I'm not depressed. They think I've got mental health issues, but it's more like I've got nothing left to give. I feel like it's such a steep uphill climb, and I just want to get my life on track. It just feels like I'm climbing Mount Everest. It's a never-ending journey. And, you know, I'm over halfway through it, but what happened was I had those resets, and then they threw that assignment at me, and they gave me 2 weeks to do it, and that's standard practice, apparently, to do a reset essay. And I think that's pretty harsh for somebody with ADHD, and they actually did extend it by 2 weeks, but then I only had a week after my exams to do it. And to be honest, guys, I need a week off just to recover. I need a week off just to get over the exams of doing nothing. So I think that's where they're messing up, is they're giving me too much on my plate all in one go. I think it's much better for me to have, you know, give me one task per month. You know, luckily I've got an option to extend my dissertation till like the end of November. You know, that assignment they asked me to do, I didn't even do it because in my head I had just given up. My heart was no longer in it. I had just emotionally checked out. And I didn't care. That's the crazy thing, guys, is that I just thought, I don't care. I'd rather just work in a job, dead-end job, and try and, you know, live my life. Try and build my YouTube channel, try and work on things I actually want to do. I feel like the support system in university, well, in my university, I don't know about others, but I just feel like there's a lack of it, you know. They just don't understand how you operate, you know. They'll talk to you, they encourage you, they give you a pep talk. They'll be like, oh, you know, just do this every day, just do that every day. But I didn't listen, you know, because when they leave you to your own devices and you're there faced with work, it's a completely different story, right? And my dissertation supervisor is very firm. She's quite strict. And of course, she doesn't realize that I'm highly sensitive to criticism, right? I've got rejection sensitive dysphoria. So she doesn't realize the more she gets visibly agitated when she's critiquing my work, the less I want to go and see her, the less motivated I feel, and the more I feel like I want to run away and avoid her. I think a lot of teachers and lecturers, professors, staff, I think a lot of them just don't know how to handle people with ADHD. They don't understand how to treat people with ADHD. And I found there was the same throughout school. I feel like a lot of teachers don't understand you. They don't understand why you can't discipline yourself, right? Here's the thing, even I don't understand why I can't discipline myself. But really, I know it's all because I'm not turned on by what I'm doing mentally. It doesn't inspire me. I'm not emotionally triggered by it. It's a chore. This is why it's so damn hard for me to consistently put the work in every single day. Trying to balance out my activities. And when there's so many other things I want to be doing, there's hobbies I want to be doing, I just feel like it's so low down on my priority list when I know it shouldn't be. Dr. Russell Barkley actually says that people with ADHD don't really have a problem with knowing what to do. It's more along the lines of them doing what they know they're supposed to do already. And I think this is pretty much a key aspect of ADHD. Many people with ADHD feel like they know full well what they're supposed to be doing, but they just find it impossible to actually make themselves do it. And I feel the same way about this. I mean, don't get me wrong, sometimes I'll actually successfully do it, but it's usually like one day out of a week I'll just go for hours and do it. But then I feel like I've burned out and I'll just won't do it. I won't touch the work again for several days or even a few weeks. It really is very much like that analogy of, ooh, there's a squirrel. It's like anything else is more important in my mind. That's the crazy thing. Even though intellectually I know that this degree is hella important, but it doesn't feel that way inside. I just feel like this world is not designed for people like us. It's man, to compete in this world, it's intense, and I think it's getting more intense as the years go by, more competitive, more than ever. It's like the most competent person intellectually wins. Being a student is a very lonely and isolating experience, especially during the holidays when everyone's gone home. But I so desperately want to have a decent career that maybe I should just try and persevere with it. Maybe I just need a break. The problem I'm facing, and I've always faced, is the consistency. It's always been making myself do the work. And the problem is I don't particularly enjoy it. It's very tedious. There's a lot of detail and there's a lot of procedures you need to go through in a dissertation. And it's, to somebody like me and you, if you've got ADHD, it's like torture. It's like pulling teeth. A few days ago I was actually going to make a video about the fact that I dropped out of uni, but I'm glad I took a few days to chill and get my head together. And it's a massive shame because it's a lot of money to throw away, and I would have only gone away with a certificate. Glad that I've been brave enough to actually face on this challenge and stick with it. That's the thing, I didn't want to quit, but I just felt like I had to because I just felt like I couldn't handle it all. I just felt like it was killing me. But I mean, in fairness to them, they really don't want me to quit, and they're trying their best to support me now. But I feel like people like me, we suffer silently for long periods of time and nobody has any clue. And that's exactly what happened to me. People don't understand. And I think also, I don't know about you guys, but I tend to avoid seeking help. I don't know why. I think I just tend to avoid things that stress me out. This is just part of my personality, but it's probably an ADHD thing. I'm notorious for avoiding stress, so it's not helpful. I know in the real world you have to be able to cope with it, and that's what I'm intimidated about. I'm scared of what happens if I get a job after this and I can't cope with it. One day when my parents pass away and I've got nobody and I'm struggling to survive. So a bit of a raw video today, guys. Yeah, I'm a bit lost, to be honest. I'm quite exhausted emotionally and mentally. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe. Hopefully I'll make another video in the next couple of weeks. I need to stay on top of the channel, but I know my degree is important, but I'm gonna do it at a pace that I can handle. So see you next time. Take care.